This Daily Mix is brought to you by Barber Law Group.
Hey there everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Daily Mix. I'm Bill Frankmore, and today we're discussing something that's not easy to talk about, but it happens, unfortunately, divorce. And joining me now is Jessica Berry. She's with Barber Law Group. Thank you so much for coming in, Jessica.
Hi, of course. Great to be here.
Thank you. As I mentioned, not easy to talk about. It happens, though. Breakups occur every day in our area, in fact. And we do have to talk about it. So first of all, we want to talk about initiating a divorce if you've come to that point in your relationship where it can no longer be mended. What's the first thing that people need to do?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I deal with this part of people's lives on a daily basis. And there's breakups and endings of relationships of all kinds all the time. And if you get to the point where, you're definitely thinking about starting a divorce from your partner, the first step is to sort of figure out whether or not you want to go about that together and try to work sort of cooperatively and collaboratively to do that together. If you think you're at a place where you guys can come to some agreements, where things are, still hopefully relatively peaceful, or if it is so far gone in the other direction that you think you need to come see me or Barber Law Group or, a similar, attorney and kind of start the process.
And that's my next question here. Does everybody need an attorney if you're going through a divorce?
No, and I think that's a pretty unpopular opinion probably for divorce attorneys. I probably shouldn't say that, but no, not everybody needs an attorney. Like I said, if you are sort of to the point where you think you two can agree on some things, if your relationship is still amicable enough where you can work through it, where you can come to some agreements, Nevada allows joint petitions, as do most states, but they're more common and easier in Nevada than a lot of places, which means you can get together with your partner, draft a joint petition, and do that on your own. If you think that there are more complicated finances, that is absolutely the time to get an attorney involved. So if there are multiple accounts, properties, if you have properties out of state and in Nevada, and definitely if you have children, and if there is a difference in opinion between you and your partner or spouse about what the custody of those children should be. And that's definitely one of our biggest problems that we deal with all the time, is that people won't have different ideas of what should happen with their children.
Right. Let's assume in this case, my soon-to-be ex and myself, that's not the case in mine, but anyway, a couple decides, yes, we need an attorney. What's the first thing they need to do when finding one? Is this where you just literally call people up and get a right feel for an attorney?
So actually a lot of our referrals come from word of mouth. So if you have friends, family members, anybody that you know that has used an attorney that they were happy with, I think that's always a good place to start, is to ask somebody that you trust about who they would recommend. If you can't get a direct recommendation, there are all sorts of websites online. So there's one called Avo, and there's just your normal, Google, Yelp reviews, things like that, and look at the reviews for, places in your area, somewhere close by and somewhere that's not going to be incredibly inconvenient for you, to make sure that you find someone that you like, and then absolutely set meetings with at least one, definitely your top one that you're thinking to go with, and then maybe a couple of others, and have those appointments, go and speak to those attorneys, and absolutely once you're there, see who you have a good feeling about.
Okay. Jessica Berry with Barber Law Group, thank you so much for coming, and we appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All righty, if you have any questions, give them a call. Until then, though, we'll see you on the next Daily Mix.